what do you think about them releasing the tapes with Tank and Devin Haney? Y'all talked about that yet?
You ain't been watching the podcast.
Okay, I missed it.
I wasn't here, but we could talk about it.
I didn't like that. It's like it's unspoken, but it's just something that you just don't do. A lot of times now, especially since phones then came out with the cameras on them, nobody holds their phones up during sparring. If a phone is being held up during
talk about this. I'm sorry, because you said something about. I did hear you talk about this because you said something about when you spar Pacquiao.
Yeah. So,
but how important is sparring though? Because people feel like, oh man, I was sparring, I was working on stuff that don't mean nothing. But if people have success,
people don't understand that.
Yeah,
people don't understand that. So that even when you look at, you say he was 17, like it's like, so what? He was 17. He was this. He was that. You make all these, the conversation just goes so much further. So that's why you don't hold the camera up in sparring. And if the camera is being held up, you make sure that there's a mutual understanding and respect that goes along with it, and that it doesn't get released. I've had a couple of sessions that have gotten released, and I laugh at it. My dad gets pissed every time he's seen something come out, but I laugh at it because of what you just said. I'm working on something, or certain things I'm just simply not doing, but the outsiders don't understand that, and they get it misunderstood.
Yeah, and if you got a fight coming up, you definitely want a good sparring partner, somebody that's going to prepare you for your real fight.
Yeah.
So if they have success on you, that's kind of a good thing, isn't it?
No. Yeah. I mean, to a degree. I was the kind of guy that in the beginning of a training camp, I was probably 70%. Near the end of the camp, I was 90, 95%, so there were things that guys were successful with early in the camp, and it was pushing me, getting me going, getting me ready. And we knew that if you weren't able to capitalize the way you were early in camp, SP on his P's and Q's, he's making it do what it do. And, so that's also, when you're able to gauge having a good sparring session with someone and you're able to look at how the sparring went later on in camp, you're able to look at the things you've improved on and those sort of things. So, yeah, you're right from that perspective.
Yeah. There's a sparring tape out there where a guy look like he's knocking you from pillar to post. Young kid.
Pillar to post.
You got to take it back. Young kid. But you literally just working on the... What?
Hey.
What?
Hey, I've been working on getting some commentary gigs going for me and Ant. If he ever say pillar to post, I'm muting him the rest of the show. If you ever talk over a highlight reel and say, look, he was getting them from pillar to post, I'm getting cut. You're done.
No,
You're done.
There's a tape out there with you and Haney where you literally just working on defense. But it looked like he just working Sean.
Yeah.
I'm like, and people like, man, look, Sean ain't even that good. I said, bro, if you look, Sean's not even, I think you do a little bit of work.
But I think it's going to do two things. I think number one, it's also helping with the profile of the fight.
Oh, yeah, that builds the fight.
And when you look at him at 17 and what a lot of people expect him to do against Ryan Garcia, if he in fact does that, what he just did against Regis Prograis, he can do two things. He can look at Ryan and see, I told you I ain't no joke. I told you I ain't that 17-year-old. And now he can look at Tank and say, guess what? I ain't that 17-year-old no more. Let's go. You know what I mean? So I think this might actually help Devin and his dad moving forward in the sport.
Well, Devin is down to fight anybody, it seems. Tank, he's talking about people being the draw and who's worth having to fight with, who deserves the fight. And then you fight Frank Martin, who's a promising talent.
That's a good fight now. That's a good fight.
It's a good fight. But does he deserve it? And is Frank Martin a draw? He's not.
Frank Martin is not a draw.
Not a draw.
Not a draw.
So you want to talk about the numbers that Shakur is doing and the numbers that Devin doing, and you bring somebody that's never even headlined a fight before.
But he feel like he can carry the card because I'm Tank.
Yeah, he can carry the card against anybody though.
Yeah.
But don't say that somebody doesn't deserve the fight because they don't have the numbers. We know you're the A side no matter who you fight. We know that. But you could fight Devin Haney and do a 60-40 split or a 65-35. And same thing with Shakur. Everybody is just about that money these days, and it's unfortunate because everybody can get paid.
Kind of goes back to what Ant said about me. You talking 60-40 splits, so on and so forth. For me, my thing was, how much money are we making? What's my guarantee? What's my purse guarantee? Mm-hmm. And if that's what makes sense at this point in time for this level, so on and so forth, let's do it, you know? And I think a lot, like to your point, a lot of fighters are more so focused on, even when the number is big, I need that 60 to go from 60 to being 50. And it's like, what? I need that 60 to go from being 60 to being 70. What?
I ain't mad at you. Get your money, but
But at the same time, not only are you preventing the fans from getting what they want, you're also preventing this sport from getting to a level that it should be at. And you preventing people from you're keeping yourself safe. You're keeping yourself out of people seeing you in a hard fight.